The teller's voice barely crossed the glass between us. This signature doesn't match. I can't process this. I didn't react at first. I simply blinked, as if the world had paused for a single thin second, long enough for the floor under my feet to shift. She leaned closer. Her breath fogged the small window. "Mr. Whitmore, I think your son is stealing from you." Everything inside me tightened. Not a flinch, not a breath, just a slow, internal freeze. My hands, steady, my heartbeat, slow. But something behind my ribs cracked like ice under weight. I asked for the withdrawal slip back, folded it, and placed it into my coat. She watched me with a kind of pity people only give to those who have no idea how deep their wounds actually run. I walked out of the bank without speaking. No anger, no questions, only silence. Outside, the sun felt too bright. Cars passed, life moved, and the world stayed painfully normal while a single sentence repeated in my skull. My son? No, impossible. But the whisper followed me all the way to my car, and the moment the door shut, my hands finally trembled, barely, like a secret trying to escape my bones. I rested my head back and exhaled. Something was wrong. Something had been wrong for a long time. I just hadn't let myself look at it, not until that whisper forced my eyes open. The signs I'd ignored surfaced instantly, like dead things rising. Odd transactions on my monthly statements, late-night calls he'd silence when I walked in, a softness in his smile that didn't feel like affection, more like calculation. I had chalked it up to distance, growing pains, the inevitable drift between a father and a grown son finding his independence. But lies have fingerprints, and every memory now felt smudged. The drive home felt mechanical. I watched houses pass, watched people carry groceries, walk dogs, laugh, live, while I sank deeper into the quiet knowledge that something was unraveling behind my back. Inside, the house felt colder than it had that morning. His jacket wasn't on the hook. His shoes weren't by the door. He'd been gone more frequently, always helping a friend, working overtime, running errands. I never questioned it because trust is its own sedative. You swallow it willingly. You only realize the poison after it spreads. I sat at the dining table and replayed the teller's whisper. Not her words, her tone. It wasn't fear, it was certainty. And certainty is rarely wrong. I opened my laptop slowly, as though waking a sleeping beast. His name, his accounts, his access privileges, all granted by me, quiet gifts from a father who believed love was expressed through convenience. A few logins, a few numbers, a few discrepancies that crawled like insects across my screen. And then my stomach dropped. Withdrawals, transfers, patterns. Not mistakes, not misunderstandings, intent. That was the moment denial finally died. For weeks, I watched him without letting my eyes show it. Breakfast conversations became surveillance exercises. Evening chats turned into psychological dissections. He spoke easily, casually, almost cheerfully, like a man unaware that every syllable he dropped was being weighed, measured, cross-referenced. I checked bank logs at 3 a.m., reviewed camera footage from the home security system, pulled phone records, cross-matched timestamps. He wasn't just stealing, he was siphoning, in small, careful doses, enough to avoid alarms, enough to appear accidental. A bleeding that was meant to be slow, unnoticed, permanent. The more I studied the pattern, the clearer it became. He had practiced this, repeatedly, perfected it. Not a moment of hesitation in the transactions, not a slip in timing. My own son had mapped me out like a mark. The realization settled in me with a hollow, expanding ache, one that didn't hurt as much as it numbed. I scheduled a handwriting analysis. I ran a forensic audit through a private firm. I even had my lawyer review the suspicious documents without explaining why. Each step brought me closer to the truth and farther from the father I thought I was. On the outside, I remained composed. Gentle jokes, calm dinners, routine habits. On the inside, every movement felt like sharpening a blade I never wanted to hold. 6 months later, the envelope arrived. Thick, formal, final. The forensic report confirmed everything. Every forged signature, every fraudulent withdrawal, every calculated deception. I waited until he came home. Dinner was already set. Quiet, warm, normal. I placed the envelope in front of him. "Open it." He frowned, confused. Then he read. His face drained. Hands shook. Breathing hitched. "Dad, I can explain." "You already have," I said softly. No anger, just truth. He shattered beneath it. I slid a second document across the table. A legal agreement. A choice. "Sign it," I said. "And this stays between us. Refuse, and the consequences go where they must." Control shifted instantly. He knew it, I knew it. He didn't beg, didn't argue, just broke. His signature, his real one, shook across the page. And just like that, the power he had stolen returned to me with a quiet, devastating simplicity. I stood. "You'll pack tonight. The door closes behind you." He looked up as though expecting mercy. I offered none. The house is quieter now, not empty, just honest. I walk through the rooms differently, breathing a little deeper. Not healed, just aware. Trust, once severed, doesn't grow back. It calcifies, becomes something sharp enough to use. He stole from me, but I took something back in return, my clarity. Tonight, before turning off the lights, I looked at the empty hook where his jacket used to hang, and I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. That was the real freedom.